crippled dog who was paralyzed at one time. Go on. What was that? What was that? He made me run about, I don't know. And then he ran in front of me and almost tripped me. We got to walk to the Elkhorn Tavern. It's 900 feet away, and we decided to leave the dog so we could do it faster.
Where are you going?
Just around this way. You can go that way. I'm going this way. Take us to the same place. Okay, I'm going to pause until we get there. The two stone monuments you see here reflect the long-lasting grief and the hopes of the generation of Americans who survived the Civil War. After the war, young men whose lives had been forever changed by this battle began returning to these bullet-shattered forests and blood-soaked fields. They mourned comrades lost and reflected on the meaning of their trial by fire. In 1914, veterans began the call to preserve this battlefield as sacred ground. Their descendants again strove for national recognition in 1924, 1928, 1936, and 1939. In 1956, which was the year I was born, President Eisenhower finally signed the law to create and protect this legacy as Pea Ridge National Military Park. Confederate veterans raised the old memorial just 25 years after the fight, one of the first in the nation to mark a Civil War battlefield. This stark 1887 obelisk mourned the well-known Southern generals lost here, McCulloch, McClintock, and Slack. In 1889, Pea Ridge Reunion was the first to include veterans from both armies. The marble monument to an untold soldiery honored both the untarnished blue and the unsullied gray. This photograph shows Feds blue and Confederates gray veterans who came back to the battlefield from the Cherokee Nation in Oklahoma, Missouri, Illinois, Iowa, Kansas, Wisconsin, and Arkansas. Had to be horrible to know that brother fought brother. Okay, and we're coming up to the tavern, so hang on. That's a historic road that is closed to vehicles. I guess employees can ride it when they're working on this house. It looks like they're trying to rebuild it, or I don't know, we'll find out. The Elkhorns on top of the roof are what gave it the name, Elkhorn Tavern. Lifeline for two armies. Elkhorn Tavern overlooked a highway of vital importance for Arkansas and Missouri during the Civil War. Union and Confederate leaders both wanted this 20-foot wide dirt road to move men and supplies. Alongside the road ran 3-year-old telegraph wires, the latest way to send information far and fast. In the week before battle broke out here, both armies had hurriedly marched southward past this crossroads and tavern. The night before the shooting started, Union troops from Missouri set up a small rearguard outpost here. The soldiers had stockpiled food in the barn and tavern. Provost guards watched a handful of captured Confederates nearby. First built in the 1820s as a military road to link St. Louis, Missouri to Fort Smith, Arkansas, this highway served as the northern route to the Trail of Tears during the Indians' removal of in 1837 to 1839. It was known as the Butterfield Overland Stage Route from 1858 to 1861. Civil War troops called it the Wire Road or the Telegraph Road. So apparently, I do not believe this is the original. I'm pretty sure it's been rebuilt. There's some more cannons out there. And so this is the road that goes down there. Any info on it?
No, huh?
Can you see anything on the inside?
Well, there's a bedroom there. This one looks like it's,
A bedroom? It was a tavern.
well,
Well, maybe it was a tavern and a place for the people to stay. Huh. That's the highway right there behind you, where they're walking.
the highway. Oh,
Yeah, that's the highway that they use. Oh, this is, I don't know. Well, they probably turned it into a
Well, you see, it's definitely,
fences. I don't know how they kept them together. I don't see any nails. Huh. There's something over here. This is the highway I'm walking on now. Crazy to think. Just crazy to think that soldiers walked through here. Disastrous retreat. It took 2 weeks for the stunned survivors of the Confederate Army of the West to make their way from here back to rendezvous on the Arkansas River. In late March 1862, General Van Dorn was ordered to take his army east to Mississippi. This left northern Arkansas in the hands of the Union. Our regiment arrived in straggled squads, tired, hatless, barefooted, hungry, dirty, and ragged. They had been in rain, storms, climbed steep mountains along narrow and rugged footpaths, waded deep in cold mountain streams, starved, slept without tents or blankets on the wet and frosty ground. The retreat was more disastrous than a dozen battles. William Tunnell, Private, 3rd Louisiana Infantry Regiment. Brigadier General Sterling Price, a 52-year-old planter and lawyer born in Virginia, commanded Missouri state troops at Wilson's Creek and Pea Ridge. The popular former congressman and governor of Missouri survived 4 years of civil war and died in St. Louis in 1867. Near here, Price tried in vain to rally his battered and exhausted division. Many regiments then retreated along this road east towards Huntsville. Other Confederates withdrew to the north and west. What a crazy, crazy, crazy battle. So yes, all the way down there is the highway. And that's the tavern. And there were homes along here too that are no longer here. Obviously. Also went down this direction. I'm not going to walk over there, but there's multiple signs explaining everything. If it were earlier in the day, I probably would. But it's cold, not cold. And it's almost 6 o'clock and it's going to close here soon. So I need to get out of here. Ask Daddy to unlock the door and let me in. And he didn't. And he is currently over there inside taking care of business every day. Are you drinking our iced tea? There he is. Thank you.
isn't that open?
No. Okay, this is part of that highway I was talking about. And I guess, I don't know what, there's no writing on it, is there? Anywhere?
No.
But you're not allowed to drive on that road. I wonder if these are the real cannons too. They look newer. I don't know. Yeah.
So they're being taxed on both sides.
But, I mean, to be that close.
Huh?
To be that close. It just blows my mind. And then to say, okay, the sun's going down. We're going to stop and we're going to regroup. It's just mind-boggling. So the gold must have been the Confederates cannons.
And the blue were
the Union cannons.
Yep.
Okay, so we're coming up to the next spot up above. These are the Union soldiers.
No.
Yeah.
Because there was the Union were back there facing this way. Why? The ones that were on that side.
Because they may have it turned. I don't know why. Maybe this will tell us up here. But it says on my paper, stop 10. U.S. artillery waited here on the morning of March 8th. Their cannon fire forced the Confederates to withdraw from the tavern area. The Federal line extended from present-day U.S. 62 to the south and beyond the open hill to the northwest. Turn it off, because I don't trust the dogs with it turned on. Beautiful charge I shall never forget, with banners streaming, with drums beating, and our long lines of blue coats advancing upon the double quick, with their deadly bayonets gleaming in the sunlight, and every man and officer yelling at the top of his lungs. Eugene B. Payne, Captain, 37th Illinois Infantry Regime. So this is mid-morning, March 8th. When the bugle sounded the charge at 10 a.m., standing here were 10,000 Union men, an entire army visible from one place. During the Civil War, such a sight was so rare that its terrified grandeur seared itself into the memory of every man present. The Union battle line stretched about a mile across the field before you. That is absolutely crazy. A mile.
Okay, huh?
A mile. It stretched a mile, the Union.
These are Union right here.
Mm-hmm.
And those back there is Confederate.
Yeah, they were on the other side.
I mean,
all you have to do is look right here. Here's your Unions. Right. And across the street on the other side were the Federals. Okay,
What did you say they were trying to attack them from coming out of the tavern?
No, both sides were fighting for the tavern. They wanted to use the tavern for a place to regroup. I saw General Sigel sight one piece and send a shot at the rebel guns that had driven us back. It went tearing in among the men and horses, killing and wounding both, and then exploded in one of the caissons. Placing his glass to his eye to note the effect of his shot, the general said, "Dot the spot, Sergeant. Just put him right in there." Wow. General Franz Sigel ordered the Union gunners positioned here to concentrate on first one Confederate target, then another. 2 hours of methodical mass canyon fire shattered enemy battle lines and morale. Pea Ridge marked the first time this practice was used effectively in Civil War battle. Franz Sigel learned how to handle artillery as a young officer in Germany. Sigel, the second highest ranking Union officer in the Army of the Southwest, worked his way along the lines, moving from cannon to cannon. Wow. Wow. And I mean, you can see there's cannons all the way down there. All the way down. I mean, I don't even know how far down they go, but try and see if I can find them. When I enlarge like that, I lose it. There we go. Okay, cannons all the way, all the way. And on the other side of the road are the other canyons. I don't know why they're facing like this, but unless they both have the same colored canyons, I don't know. I would like to see a a documentary on this. Say hello. So this is the end of the tour. Up ahead is the visitor center. There is another place that we could go that's number 11 on the spot, but if you look at the map, okay, this is where we've been. You have to go all the way down here, and it's right here. And it's called the Federal Trenches. And the note on it says Federals drug trenches along these bluffs, awaiting a Confederate attack from the south. A short but steep trail leads to some of their trenches and a view of the valley. This has been absolutely fascinating.
So you go back the same way we went?
I don't know. That's the tour road. So we go this way to the left. So anyway, this has been very interesting.
Seems like a lot of people are starting to come.
They probably do a lot of hiking, dog walking, etc., etc. All right.
Okay, where's the trench? Is it the same way we go?
I don't know, so I gotta pause. This is number 11 on the park. This is, you have to go way back in there, and we're not gonna do it. But that's where they dug trenches. The Federals dug trenches. And according to, it says, awaiting a Confederate attack from the south. A short but steep trail leads to some of their trenches and a view of the valley. So, I mean, so we're up in the mountains again. But golly.
Let's go. Turn right.
Yes, ma'am. It's just I just am amazed. Now, is there another road? Is there something up there I thought I saw?
There's a home up there.
No, up past that.